Battle of Culloden will happen. Today.
Yes, our finale is a feature-length episode, and we finally meet Roger, Wakefield, and Bree.
I'm afraid I haven't had the pleasure.
Roger.
It is.
Well, I can't believe it. After all these years.
So we jump backwards and forwards from what's happening to Claire, and she's in the 50s, and she's remembering the events and the build-up to Culloden.
What is it?
The deed of Cezine conveys the title of Lallybroch to James Jacob Fraser Murray.
Giving the place over to your nephew.
Aye. This protects Lallybroch. It keeps the estate and the family safe from the crown.
And the build-up to Culloden, when we flash back to it, we're now down to minutes. We're now down to every second counting.
But today is the day, James. Mark me, before this day is over, I will make a believer of you.
And Jamie has killed Dougal. He had to. And there's a great moment, I think, when they have this fight, and Jamie almost has Dougal, but can't quite do it. And we decided that Claire should be involved in that, and that isn't in the books. And I think it makes them both implicit in the murder of Dougal. It makes them both guilty. So they're united in their, in their desperation of trying to save everyone, everything. And actually, by doing that, they've had to kill Jamie's uncle, which, doesn't sit well with him, but it's something he has to do now.
I'm sorry, Uncle.
And then it's just about trying to save Claire. She doesn't quite know that until they get closer to the stones. But the stones scene was actually almost the last thing we shot. And like always, that location is just magical. And we woke up in the morning very early and realized that there'd been snow overnight. And as the sun came up, you could see right down the valley, and it was just covered in this white snow. And it was just magical, and sort of the beauty of Scotland really was on our side that day, until the sun came up, and then it turned into mud, and they had to put down fake snow for some of it. But the actual scene, we were both very aware that this is, the last time they're together. So there is a pressure, but you also don't want to pressurize yourself as an actor. Otherwise you begin to tense up, and we just wanted to see what happened. And out of it came this wonderful, almost choreography, this moment where it's almost like a dance where Jamie's guiding Claire with her back towards the stone, so she's staring at him. And it seemed to work, because we couldn't work out how to get Claire to the stone, because she doesn't want to go. And yeah, this really worked, I think.
Come with me. Come with me through the stones.
I can't.
You could try. You hear it, right? The buzzing.
I don't hear anything.
And then we see a lot of other things as well. Jamie gives her his father's ring, which may have repercussions in other seasons. She gives him the dragonfly and amber, which was their wedding gift from Heughan as well. And then they have a final moment together. But again, that's broken off by the cannons of Culloden and the sort of death toll of Jamie, really. And he knows he's going to die, but at least she is going to be safe, and his unborn child, who will be Bree. We won't actually see what happens to Jamie after she's gone through the stones until possibly the next season. But for me, that's a really big question, and something will be really interesting to look at. Who is Jamie without Claire? Who is he? Why is he still surviving, or what has he got to live for when he's lost the woman that he loves? She will eventually return as well, but they're both older. So what is Jamie? Who's the man he's become, age-wise, physically? I did jest about maybe getting really fat. I thought that would be quite interesting, and I think that's the joy of the show. It's never the same thing. It's constantly moving and going forward. So yeah, next season should be quite an adventure.